Yeah, good evening YouTube. So this is my take on something like a shrimp scampi. I think I've got 6 or 7 cloves of garlic there chopped up and some olive oil and a bit of butter, and I'll saute that on medium-low heat for about 5 minutes. And then I've got 4 or 5 shrimp that I've cut up. You can leave them whole, that's up to you. I like to cut them up. It just cooks a little quicker and it's easier to eat. And then in place of pasta, I use zucchini noodles. So this is what they call a spiralizer. So I've got an Italian gray squash. Zucchini works just as well. And this has the FS blade in it. Maybe just show you here real quick what that blade looks like. So this one just cuts long strings of zucchini, or your summer squash, and it goes really quick here. And this is what I use in place of pasta. And I had been reading on the Next Door forum a week or so ago that people were having trouble finding pasta at the local supermarkets, and I haven't been eating pasta for almost a year now, and I find this is really good. It's super low carbs. I think this whole meal is probably 10 grams of carbs. So this is one serving if this is all you're going to eat. You could split this up among several people if you were having something else. And the spiralizer leaves a bit of the center of the squash and the end that you can't quite grind up. So I like to just kind of chop that up into little pieces and throw it in with the rest. Sometimes people call these zoodles, zucchini noodles, but they are really good. And yeah, this thing cleans up real easy. You just rinse that off in the sink. So let me get these out of the way here. These are super long noodles if you don't cut them up. So what I like to do is kind of make a couple of cuts just diagonal and lengthwise. You don't have to like chop them up into tiny pieces, but just break them up so they're like that long. And then I've got a little bit of chopped up parsley here. I think Italian parsley works better. I tried that the last time, and this time I tried just the regular parsley, and I think the Italian parsley just has a little more flavor, but you can use whatever you want. The only other thing we need here, got some pepper flake, red pepper. Throw a little bit of that in there. So you just want to let the garlic cook, yeah, maybe 5 minutes or so. And the idea with this dish is it's all done in one pan, and you put things in stages, so the garlic's going to take the longest to cook. Okay, the garlic is just about ready, and then I like to add a little bit more garlic paste to the pan. Now on this you can add as little or as much garlic as you want, and then I'm going to turn the heat up to medium right now, because now we want to cook the shrimp. Toss the shrimp in there. I cut it up into bite-sized pieces. You can leave it whole if you want. Give it a minute on one side and then flip the pieces of shrimp over to cook the other side. So you want to get the shrimp almost fully cooked at this point. The last minute you're going to throw the parsley and zucchini in there. You know, if you leave the shrimp whole, it's a little easier to turn them over because you only have 4 or 5 pieces in there. I've found all these ingredients are readily available. You just need some garlic, olive oil, butter. I was going through my freezer and I had like 4 or 5 2-pound bags of shrimp that I need to start using up because they're getting past their expiration date. I'm going to turn the heat up here, medium high, something like that. The key at this point, I go to my timer, 1 minute, dump that in, and you've got 1 minute to finish this. You got to have your plate ready, and you want to just toss this around. The zucchini is going to soak up all that oil and butter. You just got to keep it moving around, get it all saturated. And you can see we're already at 30 seconds on the timer. The pan is still pretty dry. You're getting some steam coming off. And we've got 10 seconds, so I can turn off the heat. And we are basically ready. There's the timer, and you got to get this out of the pan. You can see it's still dry, but if you left it in there another 30 seconds, this would be swimming in liquid. Now you can drain off the liquid, but that's where all the flavor is. You've got that oil and butter and garlic and all that good stuff. There is some liquid on the plate, but this is mainly the olive oil and butter with a little bit of the moisture out of the zucchini. Now at this point, you can eat it just like that. I like to add some Parmesan cheese. So if you're Italian, you can look away now, but I like to add a little bit of that. And I find the dry grated Parmesan helps soak up some of that oil. This is really good, and this makes just a perfect meal. Low carb, it's got healthy fat in it. You've got a little bit of salt in the butter, a little bit of salt in the Parmesan cheese. There's no added salt. There's no sugar. Very low carbs. Got protein. Got some healthy fats in there. And this is really good. I just wanted to share my recipe. If you want to use the zucchini noodles with regular pasta sauce, just do the garlic, olive oil, cook the zucchini noodles for a minute again, and then put pasta sauce over that. But I kind of like this recipe because you cook everything in one pan and it all comes out ready. You don't have to reheat anything, and it's about 10 minutes start to finish, and you've got a total meal here, and it's healthy, it tastes good, and it's actually quite economical. So anyway, that's my take on shrimp scampi with zucchini noodles. If you're looking for a low-carb alternative, or with the current situation, if you can't find pasta, there's a lot of zucchini in the stores. So yeah, I would encourage you to give it a try. If you have any questions about that, if I didn't cover any details, post up in the comment section below and let me know if you try it, how you like it, if you've come up with any variations on the cooking this way. But the key is 1 minute on the zucchini noodles. You got to get it in and out, 60 seconds, and then it's got to be on the plate. You know, there's a little bit of liquid in there, but that's mainly the olive oil and butter. So you don't need to drain that off, because that's where all the flavor is. That's kind of your sauce, basically. So anyway, I got to get busy and eat this before it gets cold. So yeah, post up if you give this a try. Let me know how you like it, if you have any variations on that, and if you have any questions on any steps I skipped, go ahead and post that up as well. And as always, thanks for watching.